Happy holiday guys! Hello! Today we're gonna review a new game that's called The Planet Crafter. Given the fact that it's an early access game and was made on a small budget by a small team of indie devs, this game is remarkably good and very satisfying. However, the game does have a few drawbacks which should be addressed in future updates. I have played 52 hours of the game and have just popped my last achievement for 100%. And use the controller for the entire time, well, a mix of M and C and controller. To actually get your control to work in the very first instance, you will need to pause the game at any point. Go to the control option and then make sure both your mouse and controller camera sensitivity is at 100%. Basically, it's just to be sure, move the cursor down and then back and then hit Apply settings and it will work perfectly. The game itself will be enjoyable for many people, but particularly for people that like crafting, exploration, base building and enjoy creativity. I do want to underline the fact that in order to progress and in order to knock off each achievement of ultimately finish the game, you will be manual crafting a lot. And I mean a lot, so if that isn't your thing, you wouldn't play this game. I have played No Man's Sky with Subnautica games and Minecraft to death, and this game has much more crafting than any of the MMO. You find yourself on a barren planet with no life and just a few basic materials to hand. You are limited with what you can build or upgrade at the start and will progress toward terraforming the planet into a breathable, lushing green paradise with water, trees and life. For the first 10 hours, you will be focusing on base building, crafting and upgrading your gear and mechanics in order to slowly progress toward the terraforming stage of the planet. This can be enjoyable, it really depends on you and your imagination. As you advance your machines and progress with upgrades and unlock of certain rare elements, the terraforming process speeds up and you will start unlocking stage quicker than at the start of the game. One of the main drawbacks in my opinion is there is some really good, fun and enjoyable machines which you unlock very deep into the game, which I think should be available much earlier on. As an example, you will eventually unlock what could be full automatically using things such as drones and autocrafters. If you build the base efficiently and in good location, you could essentially automate your entire operation properly. That will be really cool to watch and will allow you to explore more and focus on other things, such as making a brilliant base. By the time you get to the stage will allow this level of automation its endgame. There is nothing else left you to do. As succession to the developers, I think that teleporter and the drone should be unlockable considerably earlier on this game and require less rare materials. It will make building more enjoyable and will move things along nicely at a better pace. With the main drawback aside, I think the gameplay progression a reasonable fair pace. It will be great to see some more areas to explore in the future and I would happily play the game again. In fact, I am likely going to start over again and playing on the hardest mode. Now I have all the achievements done and I know how the game works. Those minor issues are snapping could be better when buildings, there could be a little more variety in parts and the rotation of objects could be more free-flowing as opposed to rotating to specific angles. Build your starting base in the middle of the map. There is a pod which you start at a normal mode. If you look out of the pod and look for a rock formation toward the center, there is an open area there which is slightly raised above your current level. Build here is you will need to be above water as you progress and your starting pod will be about 20 feet underwater in the lake. Build your base 2 or 3 layers high off the ground. The reason to do this is to progress and you get access to autocrafters. You can build many things under your base which produce food or honey as well as gas, algae and many elements. With a room in your base with locker storage full of goodies as well as drones on the roof of your base constantly supplying materials 2 or 3 autocrafters set up in certain segments. and radios in your base can make your life a lot easier. You don't need to build rooms or living space to place lockers or autocrafters inside. You can just place the foundation down, which costs 1 iron, and place anything you want on the top of them. This will be useful for when you are focused to build minerals in a specific place away from your base, which have materials that are needed and only found in certain areas. Making use plenty of rockets to really speed things up. Each rocket type gives you a boost 1000% to whatever you currently pursue, heat etc. and the effect is planet-wide. This starts getting diminishing returns after about 10 rockets of each type is launched, but very worth it even after that amount. So, thank you for watching guys, and see you later. Goodbye.